Now, what can someone get in exchange for their life? Now, I want you to think about that question. Imagine someone has pointed a gun at you, and right before they shot, someone else pushes you out of the way and gets shot for you. Now, the first thing you might think is the thoughts of fear, the PTSD that you might get from it, the negative thoughts. Just imagine someone dying right in front of you. It'd be terrible. It'd be scary, and you'd wonder why they did that. You'd probably feel some sort of survivor's guilt. Now, what people mainly fail to realize is that if that were to happen to you, the only thing you can get in exchange for was life. Now, what I mean by this is so many people struggle to think about the positives in the negatives. They always think about what went wrong and what they could have done better instead of what was good. Now, I want to tell you about a pretty negative time in my life. It was around the beginning of my self improvement. I had been doing all right, you know, working out, waking up early, just trying to eat clean and stuff like that. But there had always been that one struggle. There had always been a few things that I've always done wrong. There had maybe been like lusting or eating unhealthy and stuff like that. And the thing is, I forgot to think positively. I remember every time I would do something bad, obviously, I would bash myself for it. There had been no actual positive thinking. Now, during this time, it really affected my mental health, which is the one thing that I didn't really think about, which is the thing that most men seem to struggle with. Most men and women, apologies, seem to struggle with thinking positive. It's just out of their mind. They don't really, it's like out of sight, out of mind. They forget to think positive, congratulate themselves. They always see the bad things and forget about the good, which is one of the main things that I used to do. Every time I would relapse, eat something unhealthy, every time I would do something bad, skip a workout, it didn't matter. I would bash myself for it. And it had really taken a toll on my mental health. Now, the thing is, the only thing that can really help this is by thinking positively. You have to think positive. Now, by thinking positively, you will tremendously increase your mental health. It'll get so much better. I've noticed it, and so will you. Now, one thing that you can do to improve your mental health is to literally tell yourself it's all right. I told myself after every time I would do something bad, I guess, I lusted or ate something unhealthy, which are the main things that I struggled with, I would tell myself, it's all right. Now, those two words can really affect your mental health in such a positive way. People don't realize that, but telling yourself it's all right will tremendously improve your mental health. Now, after every time you mess up, tell yourself it's all right. Tell yourself that you'll get through this, nor will you do it again. And by just telling yourself that it's all right, you'll tell your brain that obviously it's all right. It'll make you feel better, and it'll stop you from feeling shame and bashing yourself. Now, another thing that I can help you with to increase your mental health is to remember the positives and the negatives. People often forget to do that, and that's because they're not present. You see, when you're not present in the moment, you seem to unconsciously think negative thoughts. When you do this, it's just a natural reaction. It's so easy to be in the negative thoughts. Now, the other day, I was quite angry. I wasn't truly present and I was just angry for no reason. Someone had said something that just really angered me. And instead of telling myself it was all right and just really focusing on the situation and like understanding why I'm angry, I kind of just stayed in the negative. I stayed in this negative state of mind. People checked up on me, but I didn't want to tell them what was wrong. I really just shut everything down, which really just bashes your mental health. Now, if there's one thing that you can do to help this, is to become present. Now, to become present, you could do this one fairly easy thing, which is to, throughout the day, focus on your breathing. Now, most of the day, we're all just mindlessly breathing, whether it be through the mouth or the nose, hopefully through the nose. We're just doing it unconsciously. Now, to be in the present moment is to be in those unconscious moments and then focus on your breath. Take a few deep breaths in, really realize where you're at, and just be in the present moment. Now, doing that will make negative times so much easier. So now when I ask you, what can anyone get in exchange for their life? The best answer that you could answer or that you could receive is life. That is the most positive thinking that you could ever think of. Realizing that someone had died for you, whether it be a stranger or someone you knew, they died for you. The only thing you can get in exchange for is life. So I truly hope the next time that you are in a negative situation, you think of the positives. You take a few deep breaths, realize where you are, and think positive. Be positive towards yourself, be positive towards the situation, and I hope you have a blessed day.